Well, Jim, congratulations. The perfect response to Saturday, wasn't it?
It wasn't just a perfect response to Saturday, it was also a perfect response to the FA Cup tie. You know, we've got to learn things, and you know, when you play an opposition again, you've got to find whatever problems they made for you, you've got to find a solution. And we presented some stuff to the lads, but I thought they were brilliant in playing out those solutions tonight.
You changed your formation, starting with a 4-4-2 today. Was that a reflection really of the fact that you've played each other so many times already this season, you've got to do something different, or was it because you had so many injuries?
No. I think if I'd imagine their manager probably looked at it and felt that maybe that Keane was going to play in front of a back three. The problem with playing a back three with one is that if they play a front three, which we expected, obviously tonight it was Rawson, Denton and Kwamya. Rawson, Denton and Tyson with Kwamya playing as a wing back. But we wanted to have the +1. We wanted to have the +1 to have security defensively, and then we wanted to have the +1 to play out, and we played out a lot in the first half. I think the injury to Tyson meant that they changed shape, and then it was like a question of which system would outfox the other when they went to more of a 3-5-2 with Smith playing in midfield instead of Tyson. So, but yeah, it was more about really us just giving ourselves an opportunity to play through the lines, starting from Ben through the one of the back four. We knew that John and Ryan might be claustrophobic, but we wanted to try and get the likes of Adam and Connor playing off their shape, and you know. So I think you know, as I said to the lads, it's not always about the shape; it's about the fluidity of your shape and how you use extra players. You know, if we started with extra one midfield, can we trust them to drop down and play? Can we trust? And I think that we gave the players a framework, but a little bit of a license to play more, and I think they revelled in it.
They certainly seemed to, and you mentioned him there, Connor Jennings playing off the left wing. I just thought that was probably the best 90 minutes we've seen from him so far, and very unlucky not to get a goal as well tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I think what sort of epitomised the way that he started the game was that the little bit of composure. Only 10 yards from us, so he took it down his chest and he set the move off. And I think previous to that we'd had Ash like rush a clearance when he could have stepped out. And I think it was just that little bit of composure and us having trusted him to show a bit of composure and start the game off. And I think, I was really disappointed for him. He had a really good chance the first half, really good chance the second half, and you know, but he has to understand that you know, sometimes you have to relax a little bit. But you know, like I said, I just can't wait to see the Connor Jennings that we know is there, and I think it's starting to come good. I mean, when we talked about us getting better, it's players like him that we know there's going to find another level, and you know, you've got the other players that are missing, and the ones that we know are going to really enhance us. But leaving all that aside, I think the lads did play tonight, put in a great shift, put on a great show, I'm sure, for everybody that was watching, and showed that we are well equipped physically for the battles, the war of attrition, but we can also play, and tonight I think football won.
Can I ask you about your own role tonight? You said to me on Saturday after Weymouth, you said, I've had to work too hard today. Today I saw you in the first half sitting in the stands. What was the thinking, the thought process going on behind that?
Well, quite a lot, because I thought it was quite when you sat there, fourth officials constant in your way, so you can't see that half of the goal, and then you got two ranting people swearing all the time in the other dugout, and you can't see that half. So I wanted to sort of take a bit more of a step back and sort of trust the lads to play a bit, watch the game maybe. You know, if you look at rugby, coaches are not on the sideline ranting and raving and telling people what to do. They're up in the stands sort of watching the game unfold. You know, I had to give a couple of prompts, just when a few of the details, but like, you know, fortunately I was able to enjoy the game as a spectator, and I go home less of a headache, less of a sore throat. I wake up every night after a game, and you know, I feel like I've got coronavirus because you know, I've got a sore throat and a headache, and I think, but I wanted to sort of step back, and you know, there's always a danger that you try to play the game for them and try to motivate them, and I think like we had a good chat over the last couple of days, and I said, look, we have to find solutions, and I'll give you solutions, but you've got to go out there and find your own solutions, and it's time now for you to start showing your leadership. And it was good to certainly to watch it, but also to hear it, the talking, they're figuring it out. You know, you could see the lads were sort of, they'll need my help, but I need them also to kind of play the game and give them the responsibility to play. But yeah, so there's that little bit of not being able to enjoy the game, not be able to see the game, was really important to have a kind of more of a strategic step back and a calmer look at the game and see how it unfolds. But it was also a little bit of stepping back and saying, take responsibility. You know, what we talked about was on-field leadership, and it being your team, and I think that was important. I mean, obviously second half you get more involved because of substitutions, and you're then starting to try and manage the madness of the changes that they're having. But I think we sort of, by and large, was really pleased with the way that the players played their game, or our game, but with their take on it.
I think it's particularly impressive performance and the result, Jim, as well, because with the injury situation, a lot of pundits have been talking about the depth of Jim Gannon's squad this year. Well, that depth wasn't really in evidence tonight, was it? You were down to the bare bones, couldn't even fill the bench. Yeah,
it's a bit of a weird one tonight because people think, I wasn't trying to make a statement or anything, but
no.
The younger players that we have available to us, we couldn't register them because they would have had to be registered before the original tie. And we had a couple of players who were desperate to be involved, but they've not even trained yet. And I thought, well, that's not really fair. That's not fair. Luke's got his protocols for their return, and I thought, well, look, you know, it's a good 11. We obviously, you're going to have Thunderbolts, Sam Minhan not feeling too great, and then, or something happens to warm up, so you've got to then just sort of manipulate. But you don't see it as like, we talked about this on Friday about if there's a problem, you know, rather than getting caught up in blame and. No, this is, you know, as I said to the guys about, none of us agree with, like, say, kids should get school meals. But if the government doesn't do it, we can all sit there and blame the government and can complain, or you can do something about it. And you know, some of us have, and some other people have been more generous than others. But so I said, if it's the same as performances, you can sit there and blame and say this is wrong and that's wrong, or you can find a solution. And I'm solution driven, and I want them to be. And I think that, like I said, if a player's missing, we find them, you know, don't like, oh, gee, Mac, what's going to happen now? And, you know, we've got another excuse. I don't want excuses. I want us to adapt, find a solution, overcome, and then we'll get an incredible experience from that and trust in ourselves.
I'm looking forward to Saturday now, Rochdale away, a League One outfit. A lot of people were tipping them for relegation this season, but you know, we saw them come here in pre-season. They looked a good side, and if you've got Matty Lund playing, you've always got a chance of scoring. I think they've lost just 1 in 5 now, and that's going to be a real test for your players, and one you can relish.
Yeah, look, it's always a little bit more difficult. We've got one less day recovery. They played last night, and obviously I try to get as much information from that as I can, because you suddenly turn your attention to a potential on Monday. I mean, you asked me that question on Monday, and I was I can't say what the, you know, you're saying now, we're looking forward to 12 days off, and that, is it to come at the right time? And I'm thinking, we're coming in Monday thinking this could happen, and there's a real chance that if we were playing Chesterfield here on a Wednesday night, that we could win the game and play Rochdale at the weekend. And then, but as I said on social media, as I said, lads I'd prefer to be doing this. Yeah. Lads would prefer to be playing, and even if it's just an opportunity to experience the game of football and take some stuff out of training, and then, you know, again, Rochdale are a good side. When we played them here, I love what Barry Murphy's doing with them, thinking outside the box, finding ways of playing the game, playing through the lines, and asking different questions of teams. So they're going to lose games against teams that may be strong or powerful and that, but I would never underestimate a team like them, and they've got good players. They're on the home patch. It's going to be a tough game for us, but it's a game that we can really enjoy, and it's just a shame because, you know, it would have been one of them games where if the fans were there, it's like they've gone back to the days of the rivalry and the kind of the real. When I first came in here in 2006, and we had those Bury away, Rochdale away, Chester away, you know, all those games that, like, just the atmosphere was brilliant. But look, for our fans, they can enjoy it on TV. I'm sure our lads will really enjoy it, and it's a real opportunity for us to sort of measure ourselves against that kind of side, because in pre-season we weren't quite a team and we weren't quite fit. So this would be a great challenge for us. We're closing in on 10 games, and we want to see how far we've come in 10 games. And like I said, really looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to, like I said, great people there, some great old favourites of our club, and really looking forward to the game. And I'm, like I said, credit to lads, because I think tonight they deserve to be in the hat for the next round, and I'm really pleased for them.
They certainly do, and so do you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.